Chapter 9.5. This continues with systems of equations. I introduced it a little bit in 9.4 with addition and subtraction. Remember, Mr. Mac does not like the subtraction method. He loves the addition, and in order to apply the subtraction when it's conducive for subtraction, I just multiplied by a -1. So I introduced the multiplication. We noticed that our overall objective here when we have these two equations is to cancel one of the variables. Which one's the easiest? We can cancel either the x or the y. If we choose to cancel the y, we would just multiply it by a 5. We only have to multiply one, or we only have to manipulate one of the equations. And so we can just multiply the top equation by 5, which would produce 15x minus 5y equals 45. We have to remember to distribute it to each of the three pieces, and that would cancel out the y's. If we wanted to cancel out the x's, we're going to have to manipulate both of the equations. So if we wanted to get rid of the x's, they need to be opposite, so we have to find a multiple. So I would multiply that by 2 and this by -3. So we would get 6x minus 2y equals 18, and then we'd have -6x minus 15y equals positive 33. And these would cancel, we'd have 17y, etc., and we get the solution. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that for each one. We're going to do the easiest. We're going to do the most simple one to get rid of first. And we're going to look at both of the variables, and we're going to say, okay, which one's the easiest to get rid of? So if we have the x's, we'd have to multiply both equations. The y's, we're close, the signs are opposite, but we need that to be 4. So we'll multiply this by 4. That gives us 8x plus 4y equals 28. We'll bring this equation over. We don't have to manipulate it. Equals 5. So we see that the y's cancel. We're going to now add, so we'll combine those, and we're going to get 11x equals 33. Divide by 11, divide by 11, x equals 3. And then we'll take one of these equations, doesn't matter which one, 2x plus y equals 7. We'll plug in 3 for x and isolate for y. Always simplify first. We'll subtract 6, and we get y equals 1. So my coordinate is 3, 1. Lots of problems in this one. I think there are like 35 problems. So we're going to do a lot of them. Let's multiply the bottom equation by -3 in order to get rid of the a's. Top equation stays the same. 3a plus 5b equals 1. Bottom equation is going to be -3a minus 6b equals 0. Let's add them together. The a's will cancel. We're left with -b equals 1. Multiply both sides by -1, and we get b equals -1. Let's use this equation just because it's closest. A plus 2 times -1 equals 0. A minus 2 equals, sorry, I pushed this button. I need to get a new pencil. Equals 0. A minus 2 equals 0. Let's add 2, add 2. A equals 2, and we have 2, -1. Let's just check, make sure I didn't erase something that I needed. Nope, that's good. So, so these are both positive, these are both negative, so multiplying by I'm gonna multiply the bottom equation by -2 because I need it to be opposite of this x value. So what's opposite of positive 2x is -2x. Top equation stays, 2x minus y equals 8. Bottom equation multiplying by -2 is -2x plus 8y equals +6. The x's cancel. We're left with 7y equals 14. Divide by 7, divide by 7, y equals 2. I'll take the bottom equation. We're going to plug 2 in for y, simplify and isolate. -8 equals -3, add 8, x equals 5, so we get the point 5, 2. We can always check. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 4 times 2 is 8. 5 minus 8 is -3, so that worked. If you have the time during the assessment, you definitely want to take advantage and check your answers. So we're going to make this -3. So this equation now becomes -3m minus 6n equals -27. We'll just bring this equation over. 3m minus 5n equals 5. I'm surprised that they didn't change the order. That's one of the things that placement tests like to do, is they don't put it in the proper order. We may see that somewhere on these problems, but I was surprised we didn't see it in 9-4. So the m's cancel. -11n equals -22. Divide by -11, divide by -11, n equals +2. We'll take the bottom equation. 3m minus 5n equals 5. Minus 5 times 2 equals 5. 3m minus 10 equals 5. Add 10, add 10. 3m equals 15. Divide by 3, divide by 3. m equals 5. So that m, n coordinate. Well, let's multiply the bottom by 2. We can multiply the bottom by 2, or we could have multiplied the top by -3. I'm going to multiply the bottom. Top one stays the same. Bottom one becomes 6a plus 2b equals -8. The b's cancel. We're left with 7a equals -7. Divide by 7. A equals -1. 3a plus b equals -4. Plugging in -1 for a plus b equals -4. -3 plus b equals -4. Add 3, add 3. b equals -1. We get -1, -1 as our coordinate. We'll multiply the bottom one by 2 to get rid of the y's. Top equation stays the same. Minus 2y equals -1. Bottom equation becomes 2x plus 2y equals 6. The y's are going to cancel. 5x equals 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals 1. X plus y equals 3. 1 plus y equals 3. Minus 1 minus 1. Y equals 2. So we get 1, 2. The other thing that we didn't see in 9-4 was when the lines were parallel or they were the same line. So be aware. I'm assuming that that's going to come at some point here. Both are positive, both are negative, so I have to be cognizant of a negative. These aren't opposite, so I'm going to multiply this by -3. That gives me -15x plus 3y equals +12. Bring that over. 4x minus 3y equals -1. They cancel. That is -11x equals 11. Divide by -11. X equals -1. 4x minus 3y equals -1. We'll plug in -1 for x. Simplify. We'll add 4. Now we'll start isolating y. -3, -3. Y equals -1. So we get -1, -1. I'll multiply the bottom by -2 to get rid of the m's. Top equation stays. 2m plus 3n equals 6. Bottom equation now becomes -2m minus 4n equals -10. The m's cancel. That leaves us with -n equals -4. Divide by -1. Ho, you thought I was going to multiply by -1. Either technique works. M plus 2n equals 5. M plus 2 times 4 equals 5. M plus 8 equals 5 minus 8 minus 8. M equals -3. M, n is our coordinate. Only on problem number 9. I'm going to multiply the bottom by -2. Get rid of the x's. 2x minus y equals 8. This bottom equation becomes -2x plus 16y equals -8. All right, that'll be fun. The x's cancel. We're left with 15y equals 0. Divide by 15. Divide by 15. Y equals 0. Your value can equal 0. That's not a bad thing. -8y equals 4. X minus 8 times 0 equals 4. X minus 0 equals 4. X equals 4. So the point is 4, 0. I'm going to multiply the top by -4. By -4, I should probably put it in both places because of that silly number. This becomes -4x minus 12y equals +8. 4x plus 7y equals 7. The x's cancel, excuse me. That gives me -5y equals 15 divided by -5. Y equals -3. 4x plus 7y equals 7. 4x plus 7 times -3 equals 7. 4x minus 21 equals 7. Add 21. 4x equals 28. Divide by 4. X equals 7. The point is 7, -3. These aren't opposites, so let's multiply this by -3. I'll write it there, -3. That is going to give us -3x minus 9y equals -15. Bottom equation stays. 3x plus 2y equals -6. x's cancel. We're left with negative 7y equals negative 21. Divide by negative 7. Y equals positive 3. 3x plus 2y equals negative 6. 3x plus 2 times 3 equals negative 6. 3x plus 6 equals negative 6. Let's subtract 6. 3x, well, don't do that. 3x equals negative 12. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals negative 4. Point is negative 4. 3 is the solution to the system of equation. We'll multiply the bottom by negative 5. Top equation stays the same. 5x minus 2y equals negative 3. Bottom equation, multiplying everything by negative 5 gives us negative 5x minus 15y equals positive 20. The x's will cancel. We're left with negative 17y equals 17. Divide by negative 17. Y equals negative 1. Aren't we so lucky all these are whole numbers and they work out so nicely? X plus 3 times negative 1 equals negative 4. X minus 3 equals negative 4. Add 3, add 3. X equals negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1. I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 3. I feel like I've done this problem before. 3x minus 2y equals 5. This is negative 3x plus 12y equals positive 15. X's cancel. 10y equals 20. Divide by 10. Y equals 2. X minus 4y equals negative 5. X minus 4 times 2 equals negative 5. X minus 8 equals negative 5. Add 8. Add 8. X equals 3. 3 comma 2. Again, I'm going to multiply the top by negative 3. Negative 3. That produces negative 15x plus 3y equals negative 42. 4x minus 3y equals 20. The y's cancel. That leaves you with negative 11x equals negative 22. Divide by negative 11. X equals positive 2. 2 negative. Make a positive. 4x minus 3y equals 20. 4 times 2 minus 3y equals 20. 8 minus 3y equals 20 minus that 8 from both sides. Negative 3y equals 12, positive 12. Divide by negative 3, however, makes y equal to negative 4. 2, negative 4 is our point. I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 2. Top equation, 3x plus 2y equals 2. Bottom equation becomes positive 14x minus 2y equals positive 32. I think what I like about this is I got to do so many that, I got to get good at it because there's so many problems. I got to keep going and going, and I keep repeating it, and so it gets pretty repetitive, and I feel well versed at what I'm doing. I know that I know the process by now. That was a horrible. Minus, I know the process by now. I remember the steps because I had to do it just more than 1 or 2 times. If you only do it 1 or 2, you're not going to remember it. It's not going to stick. So when we do this many problems time and time and time again, you get really good at it, you remember the process, and it becomes rote. All right, so let's look at the example. What happens here? Nothing happens. Oh, we got to transform both. So I can't multiply just one in order to cancel. There's no number times 3 that'll give me negative 11. There's no number times 5 to give me, or 2 to give me negative 5. So I'm going to have to do 2 equations. So I got to find, actually that's not true. I can multiply the first one. I could actually do this. That's silly. So they don't even do it on the first problem. T, at least we're changing variables. 8z minus 2. This equation now becomes 14t minus 8, no, plus 8z equals 36. The z's will cancel. We're left with 17t equals 34. Divide by 17, divide by 17, t equals 2. Let's take 7t plus 4z equals 18. 7 times 2 plus 4z equals 18. 14 plus 4z equals 18 minus 4, or 14, excuse me, 4z equals 4, divide by 4, divide by 4, z equals 1. We're going to put them in alphabetical, so tz is going to be my numbers. I can, again, I don't have to do both. I can just multiply that bottom by negative 3. So they haven't given me a situation yet where I have to do both. It's coming, but not yet. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off until I must, unless it's mandatory. The a's cancel. That gives me 15, which is negative 8c equals negative 16. Divide by negative 8. Divide by negative 8. C equals positive 2. 2a plus 5c equals 8. 2a plus 5 times 2 equals 8. 2a plus 10 equals 8 minus 10. 2a equals negative 2. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. A equals negative 1. Negative 1, 2 would be my solution. Nope, I can still, you see, I'm going to fight it the whole way. I'm going to fight it until they absolutely make me do it. That is positive 21x. That is minus 9y equals, ooh, that's a big number, positive 12, 6, 72? 72. The y's cancel. That gives me 25x equals 75. Divide by 25. Divide by 25. X equals 3. Negative 7x plus 3y equals negative 24. Negative 7 times 3 plus 3y equals negative 24. Negative 21 plus 3y equals negative 24. Add 21. 3y equals negative 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Y equals negative 1. We get 3, negative 1. Oh, here we are. Now, we can choose these two, or we can choose these two. I'm going to choose these two. I'm going to choose to get rid of y because at least the signs are opposite. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 4 and the bottom one by 3. because that'll produce 12, which is the least common multiple of 3 and 4. So we have two new equations. That's going to be 8x minus 12y equals 32, 72 again. This equation now becomes 9x plus 12y equals negative 21. The y's will cancel. That is 17x equals 51 divided by 17, divide by 17, x equals 3. Let's take one of the other equations, plus 4y equals negative 7. 3 times 3 plus 4y equals negative 7. 9 plus 4y equals negative 7. Minus 9, 4y equals negative 16. Divide by 4, divide by 4. We get y equals negative 4. 3 comma negative 4. I'm still going to stick with, I'm going to make that 2. This is 3. This becomes 8x plus 6y equals negative 28. Negative 28. This becomes 18x minus 6y equals negative 24. The y's cancel. I'm left with 26x equals negative 52. Divide by 26, divide by 26. X equals negative 2. 6x minus 2y equals negative 8. 6 times negative 2 minus 2y equals negative 8. Lots of negatives here. Negative 12 minus 2y equals negative 8. Add 12. Add 12. Negative 2y equals positive 4. Divide by negative 2. And we get y equals negative 2. So negative 2 is the coordinate. We're getting there. I'm going to multiply this by 4, this by 3. That's 12a plus, nope. I'm going to multiply this, sorry, 3, 4. So that is actually 9a plus 12b equals 12. I'll get this right. That is 8a minus 12b equals 1656. That's a weird one. The b's cancel. 17a equals 68. 68. I think I made a mistake. 16. That's good. 8 minus 12. That's positive. That's 68. Divide by 17. I don't think, does 68 go? 68 divided by 17. Oh, 4. Sorry. A equals 4. I'm sure you were screaming. 2a minus 3b equals 14. 2 times 4 minus 3b equals 14. 8 minus 3b equals 14. Let's subtract 8 from both sides. Negative 3b equals 6. Divide by negative 3. b equals negative 2. Let's do a B. I'm still going to cancel these out. These are just, I'm always going to go with not having to distribute a negative. Sorry. That's 25m minus 10n equals negative 5. This becomes 8m plus 10n equals negative 28. N's cancel. That's 33. M equals negative 33. Divide by 33. M equals negative 1. 4m plus 5n equals negative 14. 4 times negative 1 plus 5n equals negative 14. Negative 4 plus 5n equals negative 14. Add 4. 5n equals negative 10. Divide by 5. N equals negative 2. N. That's going to be where students make mistakes also. They just don't put it in the proper order, alphabetical order. So, all right, let's do a different one. We'll change it up. We'll change it up a little bit. I'm getting rid of that number for the time being, 23. That's number 23. We'll put that up there. I'm going to get rid of the x's. I'm going to multiply this by 3 and this by negative 2, just so we have a little bit smaller numbers. 6x plus 21y equals 15. And then that's negative 6x plus 10y equals negative 46. This time the x's cancel. That's 31y equals negative 31. And divide by 31, divide by 31. Y equals negative 1. 3x minus 5y equals 23. 3x minus 5 times negative 1 is 23. 3x plus 5 equals 23 minus 5. 3x equals, what's that? That is 18. Divide by 3. X equals 6. So the point is 6, negative 1. Now we'll go back. We don't have to multiply. It's still checking x, y, c. Ax plus by equals c. Make sure they're in the right format. This produces 8x minus 6y equals 20. This equation doesn't change. 5x plus 6y equals negative 7. Y's cancel. 13x equals 13. Divide by 13. X equals 1. 5x plus 6y equals negative 7. 5 times 1 plus 6y equals negative 7. 5 plus 6y equals negative 7 minus 5. 6y equals negative 12. Divide by 6, divide by 6. Y equals negative 2. 1, negative 2. Let's choose the smaller. So negative 3, 2. That is negative 6x minus 9y equals negative 27. This is 6x plus 10y equals 32. We like this. We like this. Cancels. Left with y equals 5. Equals 5. So we didn't have to do any more work. Yay! We like that when they cancel. equals 16. 3x plus 5 times 5 equals 16. 3x plus 25 equals 16 minus 25 minus 25. 3x equals negative 9 divided by 3. X equals negative 3. We get negative 3, 5. That's a weird 5 that I just drew. We got some more left. I thought we were kind of done. 26. I did say that it'll probably be 34 or 35 problems. Let's do this negative 2. Let's do this 5. I'm going to get rid of the x's. That's negative 10x plus 8y equals negative 10. This is 10x plus 15y equals 125. X's cancel. That is 23y equals 105. 105 divided by 23, divided by 23. I'm going to assume that goes in 5 times. 23 times 5 equals 115. And then if I did the math correctly, I would get 115. So thank you, calculator, for helping me. Y equals positive 5. Sorry about that. 2x plus 3y equals 25. 2x plus 3 times 5 equals 25. 2x plus 15 equals 25. Minus 15, minus 15. 2x equals 10. Divide by 2. X equals 5. We get 5 comma 5. I'm going to multiply by 5 and 2, so I don't have to do negatives. 25a minus 10c equals 5. 8a plus 10c equals 94. Cancel the c's. That gives me 33a equals, we like the 33 number apparently, and that's going to give us 99 divided by 33, excuse me. I can do that. A equals 3. 4a plus 5c equals 47. 4 times 3 plus 5 times c equals 47. 12 plus 5c equals 47 minus 12. 5c equals 35. Divide by 5, c equals 7. Now we're going to go A, C. Okay, I'm going to try. I'll show you one. Let's do this. Let's do x's. So this is a fun one. So using x's, do you know what the next common is going to be? Not 6 times 8, not 48. It's actually 24. Both of them have 24 as a common multiple. So this is actually a fun one. I'm going to make this negative 4. I'm going to make this positive 3. So if we multiply, we get negative 24x plus 20y equals negative 48. This becomes positive 24x minus 9y equals 48. Oh, there's a number of things that are interesting. X's cancel. You're left with 11y equals 0. Divide by 11. Y equals 0. 8x minus 3y equals 16. 8 8x minus 3 times 0 equals 16. 8x minus 0 equals 16. 8x equals 16 divided by 8. X equals 2. 2 comma 0. It doesn't look like we're going to have any of those weird ones, but we still got a bunch of them left. We still got 5 more problems. It is 34 problems. Let's go 2 and 5. 14x minus 10y equals 40. 15x plus 10y equals 105. Had to do the math. Cancel. 29x equals 145. Divide by 29. Divide by 29. X equals 5. 145. 45 divided by 29. 5. That equals 5. 3x plus 2y equals 21. 3 times 5 plus 2y equals 21. 15 plus 2y equals 21. Minus 15 minus 15. 2y equals 6 divided by 2. Y equals 3. My x value, my y value. These are big numbers. Yeah, I mean, it's 6 one, half dozen the other. We'll make that 5. We'll make this negative 6. That's going to be 30x plus 25y equals 65. This is going to give us negative 30x minus 54y equals negative 36. The x's cancel. What's that? 29? Negative 29y? 54 minus 25? 54 minus 25, 29 is correct. And this is equals to 29. Divide by negative 29. Divide by negative 29. Y equals negative 1. 5x plus 9y equals 6. 5x plus 9 times negative 1 equals 6. 5x minus 9 equals 6. Let's add 9 to both sides. We get 5x equals 15. Divide by 5. X equals 3. 3 comma negative 1. We'll continue to do the easier of the two. That would be 15x plus 10y equals 20. This gives us negative 22x minus 10y equals negative 6. Y's cancel. That's going to give me negative 7. X equals 14 divided by negative 7. X equals negative 2. 11x plus 5y equals 3. 11 times negative 2 plus 5y equals 3. Negative 22 plus 5y equals 3. Add 22, which is a nice number. 5y equals 25. Divide by 5. Y equals 5. Negative 2, 5. 2 more. Here we go. I'm going to get rid of the x's. I'm going to multiply this by 3, this by negative 2. 6x plus 21y equals negative 9. This is going to give me negative 6x minus 10y equals negative 2. X's cancel. I'm left with 11y equals negative 11. So nice. Y equals negative 1. 3x plus 5y equals 1. 3x plus 5 times negative 1 equals 1. 3x, my handwriting is breaking down, kicking bird, John Dunbar. That's a movie called Dancing with the Wolves, starring my guy whose name I can see him. His name is Costner. Kevin Costner is his name. Kevin Costner. Let's go. Focus. Let's multiply that by 2, that by 5. My wrist is hurting. 8x minus 10y equals 6. 15x plus 10y equals negative 75. Cancels. 23x equals negative 69. Divide by 23, divide by 23. X equals negative 3. 3x plus 2y equals negative 15. 3 times negative 3 plus 2y equals negative 15. Negative 9 plus 2y equals negative 15. Add 9. 2y equals negative 6. Divide by 2. Y equals negative 3. And only apropos we get that double 1. Boom! No more. All right. So unfortunately, they didn't have any of the examples where they were parallel or they were the same line. Our variables, both variables cancel out, and then you get a true or false statement. If it's true, it's the same line. If it's false, it is parallel, meaning they have no points that they share. So hopefully you mastered this with all 34 problems. Good luck. Have fun with this.